Hi everyone, Hannah here. So in this video we're going to show you what you will receive in the November-December Mixed Media Junk Journal box. And this you'll receive, just some random book. I usually try to look and see what the color of the cover is. So that's kind of what I went by. Not necessarily the theme. It was I just kind of picked up some random books. So you'll get a hardcover book, and whenever you open it, you'll receive some different items here. We've got all kinds of little goodies. We've got this is a Christmas card that you can unfold. I thought that was really neat. And this kind of like a confetti looking envelope. It's got different little colors in it. I really like that. And then these are copies of some Christmas cards. My grandmother had a friend, and he actually drew out their Christmas cards that they mailed out to everyone each year. And so these are some of those, and they are from the 40s and 50s. So it's really, really neat. I really like that. This one says 48, so this was a card that they made from 1948. And then this one 1950. So pretty neat. I thought that would really be neat to to include. And then you'll get a couple of envelopes here, and in each envelope you've got some different goodies. So we've got a couple of guest checks, we've got a tag, and then we've got a bridge playing card where you can keep score. So we've got those in one envelope, and then in this envelope we've got some vintage sewing pattern. And some of these, the one that we're sending out in the boxes now is from some old patio, like pillows and furniture covers. So you get pieces of that, and then here's some, I guess it's part of the instructions or something, and it's this one's in Spanish. So, so you get that. I thought that would be pretty neat to include in the kits. So so you'll get that in one of the envelopes. And then we've got some glassine paper, just a random strip of glassine paper. I thought since in this box we're going to include, ink pad and stamp, I thought we can do something with this. So, and then we've also got this really pretty Christmas napkin. I love poinsettias. And so on one side, you got these beautiful poinsettias, and then on this other you've got like this wood grain. So I thought that would be really neat. I'm very excited to Mod Podge this onto our pages. And then you've got this beautiful piece of lace. It's a very light pink. When we run out of this, then we have a white and ivory piece. This was actually, I think it was from a tablecloth. It was either a tablecloth or some kind of like a wedding dress. And because just the lace is just so beautiful. I love the lace. And then you'll also get a piece of this plaid, beautiful green plaid material. And then we've also got this other piece of fabric here. So you'll get a pretty good size strip of it, just, different Christmas items on here. A little drum set, stocking, poinsettia, candy canes, just, different little toys and stuff. So I thought it would just be a lot of fun. Super excited about the kit this month. We've got some neat little things that we're going to be doing. It's going to be a little bit different from the last kits that we have done for this particular box, but I'm really excited about it. And so in your other bag, we've got some other goodies here. Let me just pull those right out. So you'll get some Mod Podge, washi tape. This is vintage ribbon. So one of them will have little toys, the other one little holly berries and leaves, and then you'll get ink pad, you'll get a stamp, you'll get some charms for, like to put on the outside of your journal. You'll get a palette knife, paintbrush. And then this month for the wax paste, we're doing turquoise satin, or you might even get a mystic turquoise. I thought both of these colors would be really pretty. And then you'll also get 5 die-cut, cardstock die-cut pieces. They'll just be random selection. And then you'll also receive one of each of the 15 3x4 inch journaling cards. And in the collection reveal video that we posted the other day, it shows in detail all the different cardstock die cuts and the journaling cards. So that's in that video. You'll also get a long piece of sari silk. We might wrap it around our book. That's the main reason for the long piece. I thought, that would provide a good closure. So however you want it to use that. And then we've got some of this really neat like yarn trim here. I really like the netting of it. I was thinking that might work as like a little pocket, on some of our pages. So excited to use that. And then this is some tulle trim with like white speckled on it. Looks like snow. So I thought that would be really neat to use as well. And then we've got some elastic cord for our binding. Basically what we're going to be doing is to tear out all of the pages, and then we're just going to alter the cover and then add all kinds of pages in the book, and then when we're done, we will use this to seal everything in. I like elastic cord. If you're like me and it takes a long time to actually finish a book, this is a great way to hold everything together without it being permanent. You can take pages out, put pages in, and it's just easy peasy that way. So I definitely like elastic cord for that. And then also, in the collection reveal video, we showed y'all that this month we're introducing our new product, Magic Powder, Pigment Powder. And we've got some different colors that have been going out in the kits. We've got Winter Lake, Gold Leaf, Snickerdoodle. It really looks like the color of a Snickerdoodle if you've ever had one of those. So it's pretty neat stuff. It's, very concentrated pigment powder. And we will, show you in the tutorial videos different ways that you can incorporate this into your projects. You can use it as watercolor, mix it in with glue, paint, paste. There's so many different ways that this can be used. So really excited to try that out. And then also what you'll be receiving in the Mixed Media Junk Journal, and I had mentioned this in the collection reveal video, that we're going, each month we'll start coming out with a new little variety pack. So just to kind of get you a taste of what these are, we're sending them out in some of the kits. The Mixed Media Junk Journal and also the scrapbook boxes, because since this is the every other month where you're not receiving the glue, the paintbrushes, the palette knives, we want to put some extra items in there to make up for that. So this is the item that we will be putting, specifically in the Mixed Media Junk Journal and scrapbook kits. And as you can see, there are a lot of different items here for sure. I was just going to maybe pour it on to kind of get you an idea. So you're going to get some chipboard pieces, some puzzle pieces, jingle bells, these acrylic resin pieces, sequins, flat back pearls, you know, just all kinds of random pieces. Little, get some buttons, some of these cute little mulberry paper flowers, little pom-poms, just all kinds of little items. And these cute teeny weeny little buttons. They're absolutely adorable. They're just so cute. And they're only like maybe 1/4 of an inch. They're teeny. So you'll get these items as well. And we're just throwing it in the kits. So without any further ado, we'll jump right into the first part of our tutorial, prepping our book and getting it ready to alter. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to cut out the papers, and I want to cut them out all together. So I'm going to try to separate the pages from the actual spine and just cut that right out. Now this book is a little bit harder to do that. I find some of the newer books, they are kind of hard, so you might have to go through it several times. I ended up having to do that, I feel like I had to go through it like maybe 10 or 15 times, to get it out. But once I was able to get it out on the one side, then it was so much easier to get it out on the other side, to just pull it right out. So I got it out. I did end up cutting a couple of places on the cover, but I will be covering that up with fabric, so I'm not too much worried about it. And I'm just going to kind of reinforce it a little bit, glue down some of the places that came apart, and then I'll also be gluing down a piece of paper. I'm just cutting out a piece of the book page, and I'm going to glue it right over the spine, the brown part in the middle that you see where we ripped out our, basically our book. I'm going to be covering that up with the book page and glue just to reinforce that. So now I'm going to lay my book down and lay the fabric down. I love this fabric. It's so cute. And I'm just going to lay it down and then cut and just give a little bit of room, for each side, the perimeter of the book. So I make a little nick with my scissors, and then I fold the material over. And that way I have a clean line, pretty much an even line that I can cut right down. And then I'm going to take this beautiful lace, and I will end up sewing this over this material. So I want to go ahead and cut it out too. So I've got that cut. Now I'm going to take a little strip of this green plaid material because I would like to have a little piece of it just running down the middle of the front of the cover. And then I'm going to sew it all together. So I went ahead and sewed everything together. So y'all saw where I cut, I cut this fabric out, I cut this out. And what I did with the green piece that I cut, it ended up being too wide, but I wanted it to have, I guess, a little depth to it, a little multi-dimensional. So I basically did a tri-fold with it. You can see where I folded it here and then came out here and then folded it a little bit. And then I did a zigzag stitch all the way down. And so then what I wanted to do is add some kind of picture to the front so that way you know that this is a Christmas journal. So I absolutely love this journal and card here, and I backed it with a piece of paper that I cut out of the book. It kind of make it like a little picture frame. And then I took a couple of the ribbon here with the holly berries or holly, and I cut it in little pieces. I just kind of measured it how I wanted to go, and then at the last minute I decided to just flip it over and just sew. I don't know, something about that just kind of looked neat to me. And then I sewed everything together. So at first I sewed this onto the book page, and then I sewed it onto the material with these little pieces of ribbon here. Another thing that I did after I cut this material, I thought it would be neat because I'm not going to glue it onto the book. So I cut the corners off of what was left of this fabric to make little, little pockets, if you will. So I'm going to show you how I did it here. So basically, it'll just fit in each little place. I want to basically mimic the look of a fabric book. It's not really a fabric book, but I just wanted to mimic one anyway. And so, it just looks like the book is wrapped in the fabric and the lace. And I really like the finished look of it. And it'll look really cool when we get it junky and put a bunch of stuff in it. So really excited about that. So then the next thing we're going to do, I thought I'd go ahead and work on the elastic cord. I'm going to take a couple of these charms because whenever we tie it, I'm gonna make it to where I tie it up at the top and and have this hanging, and I'm going to put these charms through it and go ahead and sew it. So I am pushing the elastic cord through the charms. Now these holes in the charms, they're kind of small, so what I end up doing to help me to pull it through, I just take some of the thread the material of the elastic cord and pull that through because it has like a little thread around it, and sometimes I'll even take my needle to help kind of push it through. So I've done that, and now I'm sticking my needle and thread through the middle of the elastic cord, and then just going to wrap it around a few times, tie it off, add a little bit of glue, and then I'm going to do that to the other side as well, and then we will tie it off and I'll show you how it will look on the cover. So now I'm going to tie it together and then bring it up over the top of the book. And I'm not going to tie my knot very tight. I'm going to leave it loose because, you know, I want to start adding my book pages and find out how thick or fat my book is going to be. I also might make some changes on what all I want to, you know, dangle on the outside of my book. But that pretty much concludes this tutorial here. I hope that it helps you. I had a lot of fun creating this for us on this new box. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to let me know. Thank you so much for watching.